Hello everybody, Elliott is here with another episode of the Road to F1 2016. This time out we're at the Chinese Grand Prix, and our teammate really struggled in qualifying, only qualifying in I believe 18th place, so he's not done very well for the Force India team. However, we might have a race win on our hands. We start really high up the grid once more in 4th place, so this season so far our lowest qualifying position has been 5th. As you can see, Nico Hulkenberg all the way down in 18th place right there. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because obviously I'm running with no assist this time, and China has never been a good track for me. I've gone for a little bit of a compromised setup, a little bit more downforce than I'd usually have, just to give me some extra stopping power into the corners, especially turn 1 and turn 2, because I can see myself messing up there quite a lot. And here we are on the grid now, guys, waiting for the 5 lights to go out for this Chinese Grand Prix. Sticking it up into rich mix, and we're off. Looks like we've had a better start than we've had recently. And look at that, there's rain falling on the Chinese track. Oh, this is going to make things interesting. We're obviously going to be doing a one-stop race, pitting around about lap 1 as we're going to try and go around the outside of Felipe Massa. And then we've got the inside line for turn 2. We're going to try and out-drag him, but he's got a little bit better traction than we have. We push him wide as possible, but he still gets the position. But maybe we're picking up a little bit of slipstream here. Slipstream even. We go down the inside, and it looks like we've got the position, but we lose the back end coming out of the heavy traction zone, and he's come back at us. So for about half a lap now, we've just been side by side. It's really good action with the Williams and the Force India, but it looks like we've just been able to get that position by pushing him wide into that corner. We've got the inside line now. Yes, we've definitely got 4th place back, but that has lost us some time to the front runners. Now we come to the end of lap 2. We're just coming to the heavy braking zone, braking at 215 miles an hour. Looks like we're just about going to get it stopped. He's going to try and go around our outside. Massa has been very feisty. We have had quite a few races fighting with the Williams as we go round the outside, and we hit wheels. It looks like, what I'm guessing is, come on, get it going. Yes, we're going. We haven't lost any positions. What it looked like to me, what it felt like, is that we hit the rear wheel of his car. Yes, exactly what happened. We just hit the rear wheel, a bit like we did in Monaco when we hit the Armco barrier, and it just sent us round. Here is the replay from his teammates Bottas's view. As you can see, we just get tangled together coming into the final corner. It's just one of them where you couldn't fit the 2 cars in. Bit unfortunate, but we didn't lose too much time actually. We're still in 4th place. Now we come to the end of lap 3. We had a little bit of a nudge from Bottas there, and that sent us slightly wide, so we've lost 2 positions to Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo. So we're now down to 6th place, and there's a yellow flag out there somewhere. I don't know what's happened, but it's now gone back to green. But we come to the start of lap 4, and it looks like we might try and go down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, pushing him wide slightly, but he's going to have the inside line for turn 2. Are we going to make this stick? We should have better traction than the Red Bull, because we've obviously got our Mercedes engine. Now we come to the end of lap 4 and we're under attack once more, but this time it's by the Ferrari of Vettel, and he's got the position quite easily. We was going to try the cutback, but we just didn't have the braking power, and we lose the rear end. The track is getting very slippery right now. The rain hasn't stopped, it's still coming down. It is quite light, bear in mind, but it might play a factor into this race at some point. So we move on to lap 5, and we are now into 6th place. We might try and carry on with Vettel, try and stick with them as much as possible, but I don't know if that's going to happen. As you see on lap 6, Vettel has just got past really fast, but he's pitted as well, and so has a lot of other cars. There is Vettel and myself out, and we've missed the braking point. Ricciardo's gone past us, but we've just cut back to the inside line. That is how slippery it is at the moment on this track. I'm going to try and stick these tyres out until it's wet enough to put intermediate tyres on. These tyres are shot, bear in mind, and you can see they're quite cold as well, but they do heat up in the braking zones when we turn, as we miss the braking point coming into the heavy braking zone, and Ricciardo's got past us once more, but I believe he'll be coming into the pits. I think everyone will be coming into the pits, in fact. We're probably the only car out to try and stay out for the intermediate tyres. I mean, I was supposed to come in on lap 5 for my prime tyres, but yeah, it didn't make any sense to lose. This is quite a long pit stop. You lose about 25 seconds, I believe, as we come into the pits now for a set of intermediate tyres that will hopefully take us to the end of the race. The rain might intensify, so we might have to come in again for full wets. But at the moment, we'll be one stopping, but everybody else surely have got a two stop. I can't see anybody lasting with prime tyres on. Not in this weather. The track is too slippery for it. It's not extremely bad, but you know, you'd definitely lose time with prime or option tyres compared to having intermediates as Verstappen gets past us. But we get him. That's how easily we got past a car there. It was just so easily. We can get more traction out, and you can see how far Ricciardo is in front of us. But now we move to the end of the lap, and look how much we've closed up. The intermediates are definitely the tyre to be on. We might have a race win on our hands if we run wide into the final corner as a few other cars are into the pits. Where are we going to come out? Are we going to come out in first? It looks like we might just beat the Mercedes out of the pits, and that is us into first position. We are actually leading the Chinese Grand Prix. That is amazing. Can we hold on to this position though? Yes, we're now both on the same tyres, so the Mercedes might have better straight line speed with us. I can't really tell, you know, it's a difficult one to call. Their wet pace might be not too, but we've run wide and that's let Rosberg through. So we're down to second. Can we try and keep up with him? Obviously we're not going to have DRS because we're using the wet tyres. But, oh no, we still do actually have DRS. It hasn't been disabled yet. So that's quite interesting. So we move to the end of lap 11. We're under attack from Raikkonen. Rosberg's pissed off into the front. We're not going to be able to catch him. But we might be able to defend from Raikkonen. We can still finish in second or third place here. We want a podium as we go around the outside. We just have a little bit more grip than that Ferrari. Maybe we had our tyres a little bit warmer than he did. I'm not too sure, but he dives into the pits as well. Maybe he had an issue with his brakes. I don't know if he's going to retire or just get some new tyres. I don't know yet, but we're back into second place. So we move on to lap 13, and now we've got Hamilton trying to overtake us. This is going to be quite interesting to see if we can fend off the other Mercedes. He tries to go around our outside. We just push him out as wide as we dare, and now we've got the inside line and we've just got back in front of him. We're now still in second place, but we've got 2 laps basically to defend from Hamilton, who is very fast. He's probably got the hammer time going. And yeah, that Mercedes is a lot quicker than this Force India. I'd say the Force India is on par with like the Toro Rosso, maybe just a little bit worse off than the Williams. So it's going to be quite difficult to defend as we run wide into the third corner. And yeah, but that was all the action that happened. We just about kept Hamilton behind us. Nico Rosberg has won the Chinese Grand Prix, but we are going to come back for a solid second. You can't complain about that. Second place for a Force India is pretty amazing. So there you go. If we'd lasted another lap or two, Hamilton probably would have got past us. And maybe if we didn't have that spin on lap 2, we might have been able to fend off Rosberg a little bit more and made a bit of a nuisance for ourselves. But I don't think we would have been able to hold him back. I don't think the race wind is truly there. But it just shows then when the weather is a little bit unpredictable, we can have a brilliant race on our hands. That's picked us a decent 18 points for the little small team based just a little bit away from Silverstone. So that is quite good to finish in second place. And that helps us in the constructor standings as well, because we hopefully want to beat the Williams. I don't know if it's going to be able to do it because our teammate Nico Hülkenberg is struggling to pick up points. I believe he's only got 2 points this season. But it might be possible as we are now into 6th place for the Drivers' Championship. And where are the constructors, as we'll look at that shortly. Nico Rosberg is winning the Drivers' Championship at the moment, and we are 5th in the Constructors' Championship. So guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do not forget to smack that like button, share this video as well. I'd like to see new people come into this series and subscribing to my channel. Thank you all for watching. This has been Elliott Splash, and I hope to see you soon. And as always guys, I will see you in the next video.